Back at K-Mine Stadium, your final score 3-1. Bucknell Bison take the first of the doubleheader today and the first of a three-game weekend set. An important three-game weekend set. Again, your final 3-1. Two outstanding pitching performances, but the Bison just picking up the hit that they need, and they took advantage of the opportunities they had just a little bit better than Lafayette, even though Lafayette in the seventh inning really made it a game.
Make it 8 in a row for the Bison. Timely hitting, quality pitching. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from Game 1 of today's doubleheader.
A lot of it was pitching, so we take a look at our game recap. Start off in the first inning, and really, it was Garber. He was getting the job done. When Lafayette did pick up hits, they did it by surprise. That was one of the bunts they had that picked up one of the few hits they had this afternoon. And then we saw probably the best play you might see all season long from Will Doble, picking up an incredible out on his knees from third base. Moved to the fourth inning. That's when the offense kind of picked up for Bucknell.
Another slow dribbler. Helmick tries to make a play. Collision at first. That turned into 2 runs, the first 2 runs of the game, and that set the tone for what happened the rest of the way.
Matthias scored there. Coop scored there. That made it 2-0, as you mentioned. In the 6th inning, a hard hit ball right up the middle.
That was late.
Helmick.
Coop driving home Cephalon to make it a 3-run game.
And then the final inning in the 7th, still had Garber on the hill. The 1 run for Lafayette. Big fly, a long ball from Doble. That makes it a 3-1 ball game. And Lafayette did have the tying run at the plate after Ulysses picked up a hit, but that was all she wrote in this one. A 3-1 final score. You see it right there, just the 3 hits. And so with the win, Bucknell now in conference 9-1. Lafayette falls to 3-7. So again, we're just going to take a break now, about a 30-minute break as we get ready for game number 2. We'll play 9. Andrew and I will be back for that game. So for John Sabino directing, I'm Matt Fine along with Andrew McDevitt saying so long from Lafayette. We're getting the final score 3-1. All games airing on the ESPN network, streamed live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.
Taking a look at the winning team today in both games of today's doubleheader at K-Mine Stadium, a Patriot League doubleheader between the Bucknell Bison and the Lafayette Leopards. Let's take a look at our highlights from Game 2 of today's doubleheader. A much more high-scoring game than what we saw in game number 1. 10-8 the final score. It started in the first. That one was hit hard into left field by Will Doble. Drove in a pair. Here in the second inning, this was the Bison. Hit hard to center field. That one was a double by Mike Tromer. Drove in Coop and Deacon Bound. In the third, Leopards continuing to put runs on the board. That one was off the bat of Alex Barrist. We fast forward to the 5th inning. Kellen Moore on the bump. A nice play defensively in the field. Instead, it gets away from Ebbs at first, and that allowed a run to score. This one hit into left over the head of Doble at the hot corner. That was Andrew Swenson. 2 RBI single in the 5th. In the 7th, some more damage from the Bison. This one going the other way. That was off the bat of Deacon Bound. Scored Michael Charvallo. This one to left. Over the head of everyone by Will Doble. And then in extra innings, the difference was this one by Ryan Fossinelli. The 2 RBI single to left. And that was the difference. 10-8 the final score. 13 hits, 5 errors for Bucknell, 8 hits, and 2 errors for Lafayette. I'm Andrew McDevitt for my partner Matt Fine, John Sabino behind the glass, and all of our crew here at K-Mine Stadium. We appreciate you spending some time with your Saturday afternoon with us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow at noon, depending on the weather, for the third game of this series between your Lafayette Leopards and the Bucknell Bison.